These lights have exceeded all of my expectations. Today we are installing and reviewing aftermarket LED Jeep headlights. Last night I went ahead and parked the Jeep up against the garage so I can get the before with the stock headlights. And we're going to do a side-by-side comparison of stock versus aftermarket. An Amazon seller actually reached out to us over email and asked if they can send us a pair of headlights for us to show in one of our videos. My response was I was already planning on doing a side-by-side comparison anyways, because honestly the stock headlights in this suck, and if they're okay with me doing that and doing an honest review, then I was definitely interested. They agreed, and here we are. First, let's take a look at what we're working with. Well, there's no scratches or anything. The quality does seem good. They definitely look cooler than the factory headlights. It does come with an adapter, but it does not come with instructions. So I'm going to phone a friend, but you will not have to, because I'm going to do the work for you and show you exactly how to install them. The first thing we need to do is go ahead and remove the grill, and that's pretty simple. It's just these 6 clips right here along the top, and once those are pulled up, it'll just pop right off. Make sure you also disconnect these wires. You just turn them and they come right out. Now to take out the headlights, there are 4 torque screws along the outside edge. Just take those out. And I'm going to put these somewhere safe so I don't lose them. If you want to be really extra about it, you can drop a screw into that hole right there and spend 5 minutes trying to get it out. Next, we need to detach the headlights. To do that, just pull back on this red tab here to unlock it. And then right above the red tab, there's a green tab that you push on and then pull the light off. Like that. Just repeat it on the other side. If all you want is high beams and low beams, it's as simple as plugging this adapter, that end to that end, and that end to the light, and you'll be good to go. But seeing as we already have it all apart, we're going to hook it up so that way we have the amber turn signal, and then also the halo will light up when the parking lights are on. So we already did that light, so hopefully this one goes a little bit smoother. The way we're going to figure out which wire is which is we have the park lights and the hazards on, and the wire that is the turn signals will flash on the test light, and the wire that is the parking light will be constant on. So the middle wire is the park light, and the wire closest to the locking clip is the turn signal. So now we know what we have to do. We're going to do this one wire at a time so we don't get them mixed up. The first thing we're going to do is take off this old electrical tape and pull the wires out of the loom. We're going to start with the turn signal. We're going to cut it just a little bit back into the loom here so that way it's covered once we're done. And then strip it. I forgot to mention, the lights do come with wire to do this with, but we're using our own because we have different connectors we want to use, but the process will be the same with either one. Take the wire you're patching in, strip it back a little bit as well, line them up side by side, twist a little bit, slip your non-insulated butt connector over the top. Make sure you don't have any strays. Take your crimpers and crimp it down. the tug test. They're secure. Now go ahead and slide your shrink wrap over the top, because this will cover both connections. Come back to this piece and strip off the end of this wire so we can patch it back together. Slide that in there and crimp that side. Tug test. Slide your shrink wrap over both connections and use your heat gun to shrink it down. And if you have double walled shrink wrap, you'll know it's done when you start seeing the ooze coming out the end. Just like that. And now we will patch in our other wire on the middle one. Same process. Now we're going to put our wire back inside our split loom. So it doesn't pop back out, we're going to put a piece of tape around the end and a piece of tape around the joint. Trim your wires to length. Probably about the length of that red one there. Cut yourself off a piece of split loom the correct length. Make it a little bit shorter than the wires. Now go ahead and tape up this joint so it stays together. We need to put our male spade on the wires. So first, go ahead and slide your shrink wrap on. Strip it back and go ahead and crimp them. Do your tug test. And then we'll do both shrink wrap pieces at the same time. Now, shrink your shrink wrap. Tape the end down here so it doesn't come out. Beat it up through the back side so you can connect it to the light. So while the light's not in our way, we're going to go ahead and attach the connector for the high beams and low beams. All you're going to do is plug it in until you hear it click, like that, and slide your lock down. Should be secure. And that side just plugs into the light. Grab your light, and I suggest leaving this on until you have it mounted up in there, so that way you don't risk scratching it. And we like to be extra thorough, so we're actually going to put a bigger piece of shrink wrap over this connection to help kind of hold it together. According to the listing, on the light, the green is turn signal and the red is daytime running lights, so we know which wires to hook it up to. And that's also why we decided to use the colored wires that we did, so that way we didn't mess up. So slide your shrink wrap on there. Hi. Plug it in. Give it a little tug test and slide your shrink wrap over the top. And I'm gonna go ahead and do this one before I do the next one. Now we just repeat the process on the other wire. Now we're gonna go ahead and plug it all in and test it to make sure it works before we fully mount it. And again, just as an extra safety precaution, we are going to wrap this connection in electrical tape. And this won't make it weatherproof. It'll just hold it together a little better. All right, Travis, want to hand me the camera and go test it? Park lights? Okay. Regular lights? Okay, high beams. Blinker. Shove all this wire back in there, gently. And when you put this on there, there's notches on the light that line up with notches on the housing. Just like that. Take off your film. Oh man. And go ahead and put your bracket back on. And there you have it. Now we just need to wait for nightfall, which is going to be approximately 5 seconds for you, and then get our comparison of stock versus aftermarket. And I'm also going to take it for a drive because I want to see how I feel about them driving at night. I absolutely hate driving at night because it's hard to see out on these dark country roads. So we're also going to take it for a drive and see what it feels like to me. I definitely like the way these headlights look a whole lot better than the stock headlights, especially with my grill. They give it a much meaner look, and first impressions are they are a lot brighter than the stock headlights, and it's just like a crisper light.
I'm not sure how well you're going to be able to see it on the camera here, but one thing that I noticed is how clear the cutoff line is on these projection headlights. Like it's a dead straight line. And like when we get to this little bit of a hill, you'll be able to see it up there on the asphalt in front of us. It's just got a solid cutoff line.
And I am thoroughly impressed. They aren't the cheapest ones you can find on Amazon, but I do think they are worth the money. They're good quality, they have clean light, and they are a worthy upgrade. Let's go ahead and turn on the high beams and see what they look like out here. Check out the link in the description and give your Jeep the upgrade it deserves. See you guys soon.